Nah, he definitely wasn't living no good life. Yeah, he
T-Stream, jump on
definitely.
in here, baby. Jump
Yeah,
on
he
in
definitely
here.
wasn't living no good life, man. You know, I think they, I think when they first brought Veronique into the picture, they was, you know, they was winging her on to that possible conclusion. I mean, you saw it from a mile away. I mean, that's what she did. You know, that's what she did. And so, you know, I, ugh. I mean, my man Franklin, he was at his breaking point. I mean, everybody has a breaking point. What was he at? 70 million, I guess. You know, so it's like, you know, how much can one take, and then once you actually reach that point of once you actually reach that point of no return, I mean, good grief. I mean, it's hard to bounce back. It's hard to bounce back from that. I mean, they had him all the way, they had him all the way out of character, and so you know, I hate to see him go out like that, because now he's a has been, you know, and so you know, I actually sort of felt bad for him, you know, seeing how they jacked his grill up. I mean, and that scene when he was sitting in the car, I mean, I'm like, damn, he was like hair all nappy and grill all chopped up. I was like, nah, they didn't have to do him like that. Now, I mean, usually, I mean, if you in the game at that level, I'm sure you have some type of plan B. And you know,
He
I
didn't
don't
have
know.
it.
It was just a sad story for me.
You know, I can rock with the aspect of Veronique was there more as someone to be pulled up by Franklin. I can rock with that. But she also contributed. She set up the downtown deal. Her and Cissy did that. The other real estate, her and Cissy did that. So it's not like she didn't contribute something to the empire. And she stood by this man when the mama said leave. She stood by him. And y'all can say it was for a payday or not, but she knew what was left and the danger that was going to happen when the mama said, let's leave and go. And she stood by this dude. And she continued to stand by him as she watched him spiral out of control. I will never forget the scene when Louis was punching the hell out of Franklin. And Veronique was looking at him like, dude, who are you now? Where are you going? Like, what? This is what we do. And she still stood by him to then. And so I think her point of no return was the minute he pretended like he had sold off the other property. When she had set up a deal with the competitor in this episode to take care of downtown and probably have enough money that they could have lived off from that, like Larry said, and kept the other properties. And Franklin was too erratic in his zeal, his zest, his anger to get more money to do what with. What was the plan? Because he kept telling his mama, I need money.
Yeah.
You know, what was he going to do with this money? You know, we don't know. We don't know. We don't know. So, you know,
they could. I mean, he could have made it through this whole thing if he just was able to say, "All right, I got." If that was just it, if he was just able to say, "Teddy got me. He took the money. I'm not getting it back. All I can do now is move forward with what I have and rebuild." He could have done it. He could have left the drug game behind him. He could have sold his interest in that downtown deal. And they could have started buying more property, more rentals out there. And they probably within a couple of years would have been back to where they were as far as the money they lost. Because they with all the money that they would have been able to pull out of selling that stake and what they already had, they would have had a huge head start. A huge head start. They could have just started investing like crazy and buying up properties. And back then in LA, the properties weren't that expensive. Nobody was trying to live out there. The rents were high, but the property was cheap. You know, now it's a different story. Now people are trying to move back into the city, but you know,
boy, I got stories for y'all. I met a doctor when I was in LA, and I'll tell y'all that story when we get Anyway, shout out to the audience, man. Live audience tonight. We almost at 400 people. Please give us a like. Everybody's got a YouTube channel here. T Streams himself has a new reality show called The 313 versus Everybody. It's an 8-episode coming out very soon. We're going to keep you posted. And I got a quick comment I want to read. And then we'll go into some recaps of the scenes. So, So Rich said, the story of Franklin Saint is a cautionary tale. Emphasis on caution. He's not a model one should follow. I agree with that. I get the fan base want to see him win, but we can't forget the type of story is being told. And I agree with her. And on one hand, Larry, you might can agree with this. In most drug dealing stories, they either die or go to jail. And in some cases, you could say that this story was a win for Franklin, because what did Franklin say in the end? For him, he's at peace. That's what he said. So this is a win for him. It might not look like it to us, but to the character, he's free.
I will say this, man. I was extraordinary. It's as many of ways as this episode disappointed. One thing that it did not disappoint in was with Leon, because we have always said, anytime a brother says, I want out the game, the first thing they do is kill him. And he didn't get killed. And it seemed to me as if Leon was the only one on this show really who decided they were going to actually listen to the people that listen to their elders, listen to the people that were around them that had more knowledge of them, and heed their word. Because when he was dealing with what's his name, with Avi was telling him, you can go to Africa, you can get passports, go learn the things they don't want you to learn. Here's books you should check out. He was teaching him and he was learning, and Leon became a different person entirely when Franklin was up there angry at his mom. Why'd you do that? Why'd you do that? And you couldn't have waited 10 more seconds and everything else, and basically trying to get his mom to sign over the house and everything else. Leon was showing up asking, what can I do for you? What do you need? And what she needed was for him to be safe. She was like, if you want to know what I need you to get on a plane to Africa and go be with your wife. That's what I need, and that's what he did,
Yeah, Leon and his girl was actually the winners of the show. But and
Oso and his family too, they was winners. I really liked Leon. To me, Leon became, at the very end, he became the new protagonist. That baton was passed to him as the new protagonist. And we're going to talk about them in a minute. Ladies and gentlemen, sit back, get your popcorn ready, because we about to do some scene recaps for this finale. And the very first one I got for y'all on deck, fellas. And T-Strings, I'll give you first crack at this one. Let me go to my magical little list of scenes, and here we go. Because this right here, somebody in this scene pissed me the hell off, and I wonder, can y'all guess who it was?
By life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. You understand these charges?
I do.
And how do you plead?
I plead guilty of killing the CIA officer who helped our government flood these streets with cocaine.
That's enough.
Then use that money to fund an illegal war.
Request for a recess is denied. Mrs. Saint, you will not speak again. The court reporter will enter a plea of guilty and nothing more.
Okay. T-Streams, who pissed me the hell off in that scene?
Man, shoot. It probably could have been either one of them, because Franklin was sitting back looking like he was trying to say, like, shut up, shut your mouth. And Mama, she was just going with it. But
before you go, let me ask Larry, and then we'll give you the floor. Larry, who you think pissed me off in that scene?
Probably the judge.
Of course. Of course, 100%. That mumble boy. Go ahead, T-Stream.
Yeah. So, I think Cissy was at peace with what she had did. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she was.
So,
got her looking like Aunt Jemima.
Something out the color purple.
Right.
But she was at peace with what she did. I saw it coming when she asked about Alton, and Teddy was like, "What? Are you serious?" Yeah, I put 2 in him. Yeah, she wasn't holding back. And that's when it dawned on me when because at first I thought she was saying something else when she told Franklin, she's like, you know, are you willing to live your rest of your life, you know, without ever speaking to me again? And it's so, and he didn't say yeah. And, you know, that sort of gave her, the confidence that she went ahead and needed. And Teddy ended up sealing his own fate. And so, but you know, I think she was really at peace with what she had going on. I don't think it actually bothered not one time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Cause, you know,
Big Larry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What you got for that courtroom scene, Larry? When she started dropping the dime on the CIA, the FBI, the KKK, the NAA, the NAC, anybody with an alphabet letter in their name, she was dropping the dime.
Now, here's the thing, and I know people are probably going to feel differently about this, but I didn't feel bad about the judge basically telling her to shut up, because that's his job, is to keep order in his courtroom, and that is not the time for her to start making speeches. She was entering a plea. That's it. If she wants to say something, the courts give you an opportunity to say something at your sentencing. And so, I mean, that's his job, is to keep order in that courtroom. And so, I mean, I don't really feel all that bad about it. You know, she had something to say. She could write a book. I mean, here's the thing too with Cissy is, I mean, she wants to, and I know everybody wants to sort of, you know, put her up on a pedestal, and she wants to get upset talking about Teddy flooded the streets with cocaine. She enabled her son and Teddy to do this for years and years and years. Her hands are nowhere near clean. She may not have pulled the trigger on anybody except for Teddy, but the blood of all those people, you can go up there and have a shelter and work in a shelter that's helping crackheads and kids of crackheads. But when you're still actively helping your son sell those same drugs in the community, I don't feel anything. I don't feel any sympathy for you when all of it comes crashing down on top of you.
Well, here we go. It all done crashed down on her, and her going to jail is basically her decision. She chose to go to jail.
Yeah.
She didn't have to choose to go to jail, but she chose to go to jail. See, for her, going to jail is the same freedom that her son Franklin is saying he's got right now. That was her decision. That's freedom for her. You know, she made that choice. All right, fellas, that was a good one. I got
and
more.
She knew Franklin wasn't going to be there for her, because when Leon came to visit her, she said, right, because I have a feeling it's going to get real lonely in here, because she knows that Franklin's not going to be there for her.
Not at all. Not at all. All right, Big Larry, this one is for you. We're going to start you out on this one. Here we go. This was interesting.
You sold all of the South Central buildings. Today? Well, shit. You just threw it all away?
No, she didn't say, well, shit.
No. I built it. Right? And if I want to tear it all down, then that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. You remember what I said to you in Malibu on the bluff that day?
You said you needed my loyalty.
No, baby, that's not all I said to you. Don't ever go behind my fucking back again, you hear me?
Fuck off me.
That look on his face, Larry, he looked like a fucking Master Splinter rat, man. I'm sorry. I got Joe. Look at this shit right here. Look at that. I can't tell which one is which. Minus one of them got fur on their face. He's like, girl. And then I got to give her credit. She was tough. She was like, get the F off me. But Larry, the floor is yours. Talk about that scene, my brother. And I'm going to leave this up here for you.
Yeah, I don't think that was the first time that somebody's put their hands on her. So I don't think she was afraid like that. You know, I think maybe somebody who's never experienced that, it's a little shook. I think she's seen it happen with her moms, and she's experienced it herself. So I don't think she was shook like he thought maybe she would have been. But you know, I've been saying it the whole time that she's been on the show. I don't trust her. You know, I shouldn't say that. I should say I did trust her. I trusted her to do exactly what she did. It's just the same way that you trust a snake. People ask, can you trust a snake? Sure, you can trust a snake. You know it's going to bite you. That's what it does. You know? That's what it does. So if you think you're gonna cuddle up with a snake and it's not gonna bite you, then you were stupid. But she's a snake. We knew exactly what she was. So when this happened, it wasn't like any. I mean, I wasn't surprised. I would be surprised if anybody else was surprised. You know, she was a con woman.
Yeah,
her mom was a con woman. That's what she was still actively being one. So, you know, she was in the whole process of her job working for him was laundering drug money. She was a criminal when they met. She's still a criminal today, and he just got taken by another criminal. Teddy took his money first, and now she took the rest.
T-Streams, what you got in for Franklin Saint acting so good his ass looked like Master Splinter?
Yeah, well. Apparently, what she said, he might have had some faith in it because he eventually let her ass go. But you know, they like I said before, they have been playing her whole scamming thing throughout her whole time here. So it was just inevitable that she would eventually get him. You know, what I didn't like is, say, man, that's your girl. You know, how you gonna do her like that, and all the shit Louis did, all the stuff Louis done did to you, man. You should have been knocked her off, but now you got your hands around her throat. But like I said, he was at that point of no return. You know, and in some instances, it's like, there's no redemption from it. So, it went from one woman to the next, and I mean, you saw it go through, throughout the rest of the episode. So he was it.
That was the point of no return for V. 100%. Yeah. That was her point of no. That character said, "The hell with this."
Oh yeah, absolutely. And she had every right from that point, And so, but I wouldn't doubt that she had already had things set in motion. And I mean, she was cerebral, so she thought things out. And I'm assuming that was one of the reasons why Franklin actually liked her. She was able to give insight to certain things that he wasn't able to. And so
she was strategic.
He didn't lost his girl, he didn't lost his mom, he didn't lost everything now.
Everything. All he got is Leon. That's all he had left.
Yeah, and I'm not sure he actually got Leon left, because the way he was looking when he walked off, he was looking like.
Well, maybe maybe when Franklin
you talk about this right here, T-Stream. You talk about this right here. Got Leon in the background, like.
Yeah, you hate to see your homeboy like that, in the rare instances that you see one of your mans go into one of them spiral downfalls like that, and so he looking like it's really nothing I can do to help him. I mean, he's not listening to no counsel at this time. And had he got the money back, I mean, is it even safe to say that things would have changed? I mean, because once he had started that path, it was already set. That course was already set. So had he gotten his money back somehow, I don't think it really would have changed anything. Like his path to no return, T-Streams, happened last episode when his mama shot Teddy. That was the path to no return that led all the way into this episode for Franklin. Like nothing was going to like. What happened to the $2 million? Remember, he turned down $2 million that Cassandra could have got for him early in this season. They could have got $2 million. He was like, "Nah, we ain't gonna worry about that." And that to me was a sign right there, because $2 million back during like the 80s, late 80s and stuff. That's that old money, that loan money.
Bro, you could have bought Lakers Stadium for $2 million back then, back when I was 6 years old. Damn. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This one's for you, T-Stream. This is the next clip we gotta revisit. And this hurt. This hurt.
I'm in trouble. All I got left is the house. So I need to sell it because I need the cash. Even though I bought it for you. So look, I got some documents that I just need you to sign them. I just need you to sign ownership over to me. Mama, listen to me. I'm sorry, but you're never getting out of here. Sign the paperwork, and and give me some indication that you'll do that for me.
Bruh. She gave you indication.
What the fucking mother are you? You're not gonna fucking talk to me? Huh? This is all your fucking fault. You ended my fucking life. After everything I fucking did for you, you're not gonna fucking talk to me. You did this to me. You ended my fucking life. And Teddy should have blown your fucking head off. Fuck you, bitch. Fuck you.
Whoa, T-Stream, whoa, just wait a minute. Just in case people missed it, T-Stream, he's playing the hell out of a impulsive crackhead. He literally said when he couldn't get what he wanted from his mama, he called her F&B. He said Teddy should have blew your head off, called her a bad parent. T-Stream, jump on in there wherever you want to go.